Nobody likes you. Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of April 12th, 2022. Ms. Bork, please call the roll.
Committeeman Britting?
Here.
Committeeman Delcourt?
I am here.
Committeeman Thompson?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Erickson? Here. Mayor LaPlante?
Here.
And Attorney Willard?
Here.
Please join me in salute to flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that the notice of this meeting was made at posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on April 12th, 2022. First order of business is approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the January 11th, 2022 executive session minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Abstain. I was not here for that.
Thank you. Committeeman Delcourt?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. May I have a motion to approve the January 25th, 2022 executive session minutes?
Sorry. So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
Second.
Second, Mr. Delcourt. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Abstain for the same reason.
Committeeman Delcourt?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. Rolling on, we have a motion to approve March 8th, 2022 regular meeting minutes. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second, Mayor.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Abstain.
Committeeman Delcourt?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Abstain.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. Motion to approve March 22, 2022 regular meeting minutes. Wow, that's a lot of twos there.
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Abstain.
Committeeman Delcourt?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. That takes care of that. So we'll move on to reports from community liaison. Start with our newest member, Committeeman Britton.
All right, so we'll start with health. All right, so free COVID booster clinic. For those in the community interested, there will be a free at the COVID booster clinic this Thursday, April 14th from 2 to 6 p.m. here at the municipal building. Pfizer and Moderna boosters are available for ages 12 and up, and the Pfizer vaccine will also be available for children ages 5 to 11. The vaccines and boosters are free, but please don't forget your vaccine insurance cards. See the flyer on the Township's Facebook page and in the mayor's e-news for more information, or contact the health department at 908-369-5652. Also, in case you missed it, the Hillsborough Township Health Department was recognized by the New Jersey Department of Health for their successful strategy in creating a public-private partnership to address the needs of the community and forming a COVID-19 community collaborative to address the needs of the community. Congrats, guys. This brought together key stakeholders, which ultimately led to the health department being able to provide over 2,300 vaccinations for those who were interested with very short lead times. All right, we'll move forward to recreation. So this is related to summer camp recreation. I am very proud to announce that the registration for summer camp is going strong. Our recreation department is excited to announce that not only are they offering the same low prices last year, but they have also brought back weekly camp options at $299 per child per week. Also, this summer, the recreation department is aiming to keep our kids active on the field. They are offering a variety of summer sports clinics such as soccer, basketball, tennis, and softball, as well as the popular Summer Music Academy. For full information about these programs and the link for registration, please visit the Recreation Department website. Last subject, related to veteran-owned businesses. Hillsborough Township is looking to recognize businesses in the town that are owned by veterans and current former service members, and businesses that offer discounts to veterans. This applies to both current and former service members. For more information, contact Sam Ball in the Business Advocates Office at sball, S-B-A-L-L, at hillsborough-nj.org, and look for the form in tomorrow's Mayor E-News and on the Hillsborough Township website. Thank you.
Thank you. Community Delcor.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the great honor this year of being the liaison to the veterans here in Hillsborough. So a couple of events taking place over the last couple of weeks. The Vietnam War Veterans Recognition of 2017 is the National Vietnam War Veterans Day, which is observed on March the 29th of each year. This past March 29th, that was a Tuesday a couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to join Tom Solili, who's the Hillsborough Memorial VFW Post 8371 commander, and some other members of the VFW Post, as well as some local veterans, in organizing a Vietnam Veterans War Veterans Day ceremony that was held here at our Garden of Honor on that Tuesday, March the 29th. So I certainly just wanted to recognize all of our Vietnam veterans here in town, and thank the VFW Post and Commander Solili for organizing that event. Always a great honor to be in the presence of our veterans here. In addition, this past Saturday, I joined the Hillsborough Rotary Club with an event at Operation Shoebox. It's a packing event where we send packages overseas to our service members that are serving overseas. Operation Shoebox regularly does these packing events. This most recent one was held at the Hillsborough YMCA, and a number of goods are shipped overseas, including personal care items, toiletries, snacks, and other food items. And it's a great honor to be able to support such a worthy cause. And I'd like to thank all those that donated goods and food to Operation Shoebox, and those that came out this past Saturday to help with the packing event. From the finance organization, the 2018 homestead rebates have been released by the state of New Jersey, and those credits have been applied to the May 1st tax billing. If you were eligible for that rebate, you'll be receiving a small blue revised tax bill this week, which will show the adjusted amount due for second quarter taxes. And finally, just a couple other Rotary updates. We talked about the Operation Shoebox, but the Hillsborough YMCA, with support from Magnet Cares and the Rotary Club of Hillsborough, is organizing a Ukraine goods drive to collect and deliver essential goods to the families and communities that are directly impacted by the crisis unfolding in Ukraine. Residents can support the drive by donating the following items. They're requesting that they only provide new items, which includes blankets, feminine products, pillows, diapers, baby formula, flesh, and liveries. Those items can be dropped off at the Hillsborough YMCA. That's on 19 East Mountain Road in Hillsborough, any day from during the month of April, from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, Sunday. Also, the Rotary Club recently announced the opening of its registration for the June 20th Memorial Golf Outing fundraiser in honor of former Rotarian and founder of Central Jersey Nursery, Mr. Vince Lapani, whose memory we still remember here. Passed away last year at the age of 81. Proceeds from the outing will be used by the Rotary Club to support an annual scholarship named in Mr. Lapani's honor for graduating high school student pursuing a post-secondary education. You can see the mayor's e-newsletter for more on that. And that is all for me today, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Committeeman Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple things for me this evening. First, from our building department, the deadline for Superstorm Ida-related damages is now approaching. The construction permit fees associated with only the repairs resulting from the damage caused by the tropical storm will be waived until the deadline of April 30th, 2022. From our engineering department, the engineering department would like to remind property owners with stormwater facilities located on their site that these facilities must be properly maintained to prevent flooding. Stormwater facilities include detention basins, drainage inlets, piping, and streams, ditches, and other open drainage ways located on private property must be maintained by the private owner. Per the Township Ordinance and NJDEP requirements, private stormwater facility owners must submit a report to the engineering department each year from a certified stormwater inspector or professional engineer indicating the facility is being properly maintained and functioning. The report is due by June 30th of each year. These reports must be documented and submitted to the NJDEP every year in an annual report prepared by Hillsborough Township. Additionally, property owners should be aware that per NJDEP requirements, any stockpile of salt used for winter de-icing stored in parking lots must be covered to prevent washing into storm sewers. Also, any repaving of a parking lot must include retrofit of storm sewer inlets with smaller openings to prevent bottles and other debris from entering into the sewer system. All these requirements and mandates by the NJDEP that the township must enforce. From Public Works, the annual Township Cleanup Drop-Off Program and the Senior Curbside Pickup Programs have begun as of April 4th. This is a great opportunity to get rid of unwanted items that may be cluttering up your house or yard. Please be advised that all senior curbside pick items must follow up the following guidelines or they will not be accepted. 10 items maximum, boxed or bundled items count as one, can be put out with a manageable amount of brush. Branches cannot be more than 6 inches in length and cut ends should be facing the curb. The pile should be larger than 15 feet long and 5 feet high and 6 feet wide. Please see the slide for reference. See behind me. There's no cost for this program. Also a reminder that small business recycling takes place at the Public Works Yard on East Mountain Road, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please visit the main office before dropping off your cardboard, plastic, or metal cans to show identification validating your Hillsborough business. Finally, with the weather-breaking DPW road crews will be making necessary repairs. It's extremely important that all traffic signage placed in the work zones are adhered to for everyone's safety and well-being. Be sure to the Township website for everything Public Works. From the Municipal Alliance, we have a proclamation coming up this evening, recognizing April as Alcohol Awareness Month. Thank you to the Hillsborough Millstone Alliance members for their continued efforts to raising awareness to and providing education and prevention resources they are currently offering will be the screening of The First Day, a Chris Herron documentary. Chris was a high school All-American basketball legend from Massachusetts. He was living every high school athlete's dream come true on the outside, but the overwhelming pressure and expectations that come along with small town fame was a very heavy burden for him. Like some other teenagers, Chris turned to alcohol to cope with his emotions. Please join us in the Hillsborough Municipal Building for a viewing of The First Day, Tuesday, April 26th at 12:30 to 2, and Wednesday, April 27th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. You can see the e-news or website for additional information on that. And last, from Sustainable Hillsborough, the Hillsborough Can Network was recently recognized in the winter 2022 edition of the Sustainable Jersey newsletter, providing a model program for community care. It is through the can that food insecurities are addressed by Hillsborough Township residents. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, take a breath.
Yes, we do.
Deputy Mayor Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor, and welcome everybody this evening. A few notes for me. First, we have some announcements from the police department. With the lovely spring weather that we've been having, we have had a number of road closures, and Hillsborough Police Department would like to remind residents not to drive around barricades on roadways. There could be hidden but dangerous conditions ahead. If you encounter a barricaded roadway, please turn around and find an alternate route. Proud to announce that Hillsborough has been named as one of New Jersey's top 50 safest cities, according to a new study done by SafeWise. Hillsborough Township came in as the 41st safest city in the Garden State for 2022. This is the same ranking the township received in 2021. Thank you to all of our emergency responders who make that recognition possible. From the municipal court, they would like you to know that please note all cell phone related tickets are a mandatory court appearance. However, anyone wishing to plead guilty to that offense should contact the court to receive a plea by mail form, which alleviates a court appearance. If you'd like to schedule a virtual court session To speak to the prosecutor, you will also need to contact the court and provide your email and phone number. From the OEM department, New Jersey law requires that anyone digging to call at least 3 full business days, excluding weekends and holidays, prior to beginning work. This includes excavators as well as property and homeowners contractors. Contact New Jersey One Call at 811 or 800-272-1000 anytime, day or night, and follow these steps. Wait for the site to be marked with paint, flags, or stakes. Respect the marks, and dig with care by hand digging within 2 feet on either side of any marked facility. Operation Secure Shred, which is sponsored by the Somerset County Board of County Commissioners, will begin hosting the 2022 document shredding events through the county. The next event will be held Saturday, April 16th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine, at the Somerset County Public Works Garage, which is located at 410 Roycefield Road in Hillsborough. The complete 2022 Operation Secure Shred schedule is available at the Somerset County website. And that is all.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I have just a few. First, I'd like to thank Barbara Kelly, who we'll see later, for the invitation to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Rocksteady Boxing. That was recently held at Iron Peak. Rocksteady Boxing is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that offers people with Parkinson's disease hope by improving their quality of life through a non-contact boxing-based fitness curriculum that focuses on improved movement, motor skills, and balance. Their mission is to empower people with Parkinson's disease to fight back. Thank you, Barbara, for bringing this service to our residents. Basketball and Easter baskets. That sounds like a plan. A shout out and thank you to Iron Peak's Yeti Youth Basketball Team. Friday evening, Deputy Mayor Erickson and I stopped by the Iron Peak to meet the players to help assemble Easter gift baskets for our CAN network, which is a community assistant network. Thank you to Coach Callens and the Iron Peak for arranging this and all the players and parents who made it possible. You can see there was quite a lot of bags of, and it was a little basketball, some candy, and some fun stuff for the kids. That was actually a pretty cool event. Thank you again. And we have a winner for our shopping bag. In March, Hillsborough hosted a reusable shopping bag design contest. There were 25 submissions, all were outstanding, and over 400 residents voted for their favorite design. Today, we're happy to announce that the winning design created by Samantha Ball, Sam's design, will now be on the official Hillsborough Township reusable shopping bag, will be available for purchase at the municipal building and other township events. Bags will be on sale in time for May 4th, when the ban of single-use plastic bags will be in effect in New Jersey. Any profits from the sales will go towards funding recycle bins for our local parks. Congratulations, Sam, and well done to all those who submitted their designs. As a reminder, we've talked about before, the Hillsborough Township has joined mayors across the country in encouraging residents to take the Wyland Foundation's National Mayor's Challenge for Water Conservation. To take the challenge, please visit sustainablehillsborough.com to participate in the new Wayland My Volunteer Water Project. It's coming up quickly, Memorial Day. For the past 16 years, the Hillsborough community has come together to honor the service and sacrifice of all veterans during the annual Salute to Veterans Breakfast, Memorial Day Parade, and Garden of Honor commemoration program. For 2022, Hillsborough is changing the name of the program to Salute to Military Service Breakfast. Save the date, Saturday, May 28th, as we come together to honor military service personnel, past and present, for their sacrifices. Additionally, nonprofit, community-based organizations are invited to register to march in the parade. So that, again, is Saturday, May 28th. As always, you can stay connected with all events and more via the Wednesday e-newsletter. Be sure to follow and like the official Hillsborough Township Facebook page and Twitter. TV29 and the Hillsborough YouTube channel showcase our meetings and Hillsborough Good Life episodes and Hillsborough alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. So that's all for the announcements for today. We do have a few proclamations today, 4, which is relatively short for our list, which is good. So I will go down and ask one at a time. We have proclamations today for Alcohol Awareness Month, Autism Awareness Month, Building Safety Month, and Parkinson's Awareness Month. So I'll be down in a second. Testing. Alcohol Awareness Month first. We have a representative for that. We have 3. Alcohol is the most commonly used addictive substance in the United States. 1 in every 12 adults, 14 million people suffering from alcohol abuse or dependence. An estimated 95,000 people die each year from excessive use of alcohol. People who begin drinking before age 15 are 5 times more likely to develop alcohol dependence than those who began drinking at age 2. That's interesting. Kids who have had conversations with their parents to learn about dangers of alcohol and drug use are 50% less likely to use alcohol and drugs than those who don't have such conversations. The Hillsborough Municipal Alliance is a committee of volunteers who work tirelessly to provide programs focused on education and prevention for all members of our community. Now, therefore, be proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby proclaim April 2022 as Alcohol Awareness Month and call upon all Hillsborough citizens, parents, governmental agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to support the efforts of the reduced stigma, increased community awareness, and increased support for individuals and families coping with alcoholism. Through these efforts together, we can provide for the health of it, early education of alcoholism and addiction for those in our community who are facing challenges with alcohol use and abuse.
Thank you, Mayor Lampini, and thank you, members of the Township Committee, for recognizing April as an Alcohol Awareness Month. My name is Gil Pilardi, and I am the chairman of the Hillsborough Municipal Alliance, and I'm also a student assistant counselor at the high school. Thank you for your continued support for the Municipal Alliance, and thank you for the support of Alcohol Awareness Month. The mission of the Municipal Alliance is to raise awareness about substance abuse, provide resources, and reduce the stigma around substance use. I would like to highlight and reiterate what the Committeeman Thompson said regarding an upcoming event for the Municipal Alliance that we're sponsoring, previewing the Chris Herron documentary, The First Day. Through the power of storytelling, The First Day addresses some of the most difficult issues kids face today, with substance abuse and addiction being one of the most critical public health issues going on. There's an urgency in dealing with this. Through this story, they really focus not on what is usually the worst day, but is talking about the first day, where it starts, and how can we start to look at things earlier rather than later. So we ask everyone to join us on Tuesday, April 6th during the day, and April 27th in the evening. We have flyers for everyone, if anyone would like to, and we're also going to be doing something similar for the seniors of high school in May. Thank you very much.
Autism Awareness. Autism is a pervasive developmental disorder that manifests itself and affects the social, learning, and behavior skills of all those affected by it. Autism is currently estimated to affect 1 in 44 children nationally, with rates being highest in New Jersey, where the diagnosis rate for child with autism spectrum disorder has increased to 1 in 32. Those with autism need equal access to education, employment opportunities, community-based housing, family services, coaching and support, and medical treatment. New Jersey offers a wide ranges of services and support to this population through various organizations for autism. Individuals and organizations such as Autism New Jersey, Autism Speaks, Hillsborough Board of Education Special Services Department, Hillsborough Department of Parks and Recreation, Hillsborough Police Department, Hillsborough Rotary Club, Hillsborough Unico, Hillsborough Volunteer Fire Companies number 1, number 2, and number 3, Legend Equestrian, Mission Cognition, NESHANIC Fire Company, Organization for Autism Research, otherwise known as OR, Office of Emergency Management, Somerset County Sheriff's Office, Project Lifesaver, Somerset County Special Olympics, and Somerset County Therapeutic Research enhance awareness throughout our community by providing quality care, support, and services to individuals diagnosed with autism. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby declare April as National Autism Awareness Month and vow to continue to support programs dedicated to Hillsborough's special needs community. Thank you.
I'll keep this nice and short because I don't have anything prepared. But on behalf of the Somerset County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Darren Russo, I'd like to say thank you for recognizing all the work we do with autism through Project Lifesaver. So thank you.
I'm going to put an X on the floor.
Thank you. John? Construction official proclamation? Who else would be here? Safety for all building codes. I usually project pretty well. Safety for all, building codes in America, the theme for Building Safety Month 2022. Encourages awareness about planning for safe and sustainable construction, career opportunities in building safety, understanding disaster mitigation, energy conservation, and creating a safe and abundant water supply for all. Hillsborough Township is committed to recognize that our growth and strength depends on safety and economic value for homes, buildings, and infrastructure that serves our citizens both in everyday life and times of natural disaster. Building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and all others in construction industry are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a U.S.-based organization that brings together local, state, and federal officials that are experts in building environment to create and implement the highest quality codes. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township, may do hereby proclaim the month of May 2022 as Building Safety Month and encourage all citizens to join with their communities by participating in Building Safety Month activities.
Thank you, Mayor. The International Code Council each year encourages all municipalities in New Jersey to recognize Building Safety Month and recognize the role that we play as building officials, as building safety administrators, we like to call ourselves as well. So on behalf of the International Code Council, the New Jersey Building Officials Association, and the Hillsborough Building Department, I want to say thank you for the recognition again this year. The role we play really is to ensure the safety of our communities, safe buildings equal safe communities, equal good communities, and it also helps the insurance ratings, the ISO rating that we get every few years when we have our evaluation continues to stay strong. So thank you for the recognition, and we'll look forward to serving the community.
Barbara Parkinsons. Parkinson's disease is a chronic progressive neurological disease and is second most common neurodegenerative disease in the United States. Parkinson's disease is currently estimated to affect approximately 1 million people in the United States, and the prevalence will rise to 1.2 million by 2030. The symptoms of Parkinson's disease vary from person to person and can include tremors, slowness of movement, rigidity, difficulty with balancing, swallowing, chewing, and speaking, cognitive impairment, dementia, mood disorders, and a variety of other non-motor symptoms. The mission of Rocksteady Boxing is to empower people with Parkinson's disease to fight back. The Hillsborough Rocksteady Boxing affiliate just celebrated its 5-year anniversary and continues to help those with Parkinson's to improve their function and quality of life through boxing-inspired fitness programs. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby declare April as National Parkinson's Awareness Month and urge residents to support and search for a cure and assist those individuals and families who deal with this devastating illness on a daily basis. Congratulations.
So you can actually hear me. Denise is my voice. So I'm Coach Barbara Kelly. They call me Coach. And this is my assistant head coach, Denise Cheskis. She's like my left hand girl today. So on behalf of our boxers fighting back against Parkinson's, I'd like to thank Mayor Lepani and the Hillsborough Township Committee for this proclamation. We want everyone to know that there is hope for people with Parkinson's, no matter what stage of the disease that they're in. Rocksteady Boxing is a very specific, specialized exercise fitness program designed to target the symptoms of Parkinson's and potentially slow the progression. But it's so much more than that. We provide education and we are a resource for all things Parkinson's. Our program includes a most amazing group of volunteers from our community upon whom we depend greatly, and we can always use a few more. So, and a group of people that are fighting against the common foe, Parkinson's, and the camaraderie and support they give each other is like nothing else. I know I speak for all of our coaches when I say that our fighters inspire us to keep on being there for them and bringing the best we can to help them fight back against their disease until a cure can be found. Thank you again.
So that's all proclamations. Take a brief 2-minute recess for those who want to leave. Feel free to leave, and we'll reconvene in about 2 minutes. Good night. Kaz, ready? All right. That concludes our proclamations this evening. Congratulations to once again to all. We will now move on with the program. There's no new business at this time. With the consent of my colleagues, I'd like to move up on the consent agenda to consent resolution number 9, which would be resolution authorizing the hiring of Justin Rutolo to the position of part-time administrative assistant in the Department of Public Works. Do I have a motion to approve consent number 9?
I'll make that motion to approve.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? Since Anthony's not here, I'll say what usually, Justin has worked for us in the past as a floater, and he always likes to, as you say, promote from within. And Justin now is able to take on the responsibilities for us at DPW, and we wish him all the best over there. And I know that you'll do fine. We have any comments from the floor? Okay, on consent number 9 only. Okay, seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting,
Yes.
Committeeman Delcor,
Yeah, welcome.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes, welcome aboard. We're back.
Deputy Mayor Erickson,
Yes, and welcome aboard.
Mayor LaPlante.
Yes, welcome, Justin. And feel free to go home now if you have an early day. They start at 7 o'clock there, right?
Right early.
Bright and early. All right, so thank you for indulging us that so we can get our employees home at a reasonable hour. We'll now move back to our original agenda. So at this point, we will take public comment on new business and matters not on the agenda. Ms. Borg, please read the statement regarding public comment.
The Township Committee welcomes input from the public. Please state your name and address, and please spell your name for the record. You will be given 1 3-minute allotment for your comments. Please understand that this public forum is not structured as a question and answer session. Comments are to be addressed to the mayor. Again, please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, so hearing that, so we'll start on the right in the front. Any public comment? Please come up, state your name and address for the record, and 3 minutes allotted.
Good evening, Rev Rod Williams, 101 Everett Close. Mayor, I've sent a couple of requests. I look to take you up on your offer to meet with you to discuss some of the concerns that we have. And I sent the first one to you directly, sent the second one, and I copied the Township Administrator, Ms. Ferreira, the Township Clerk, Ms. Borg, and the Executive Assistant, Ms. Gamboa. So I'm not sure if the email process works, but I didn't receive any response. I've got copies of the email. But since that did not work, I start the process of sharing what some of our concerns are right here, right now, which is that as I spoke the last time, I mentioned to you that we as people with color have some grave concerns regarding some of the issues that have happened here in the township most recently, and most importantly, the shooting of two people with color. That hasn't had any real addressing that. And as I said, I heard last time that you could not actually speak because of the Attorney General, but there is obviously some concern amongst people of color around any potential interaction with police, and the fact that effectively an all-white board seems to not have the interest to address any of our concerns, even if it's not about the specific shootings that occurred. But as I mentioned to you the last time, we as people with color do have some concerns about interaction with the police, period. And so that's the kind of thing that we want to have a conversation about. And as I said, I don't know what happened with the email process. I sent 2 requests on that, and we have not received a response. So I thought it best to come here and at least raise one of the issues in person.
Okay, thank you. Did you send to the generic mailbox, the mayor@hillsborough-nj.org?
I sent it to your S. Lapani at.
Because I didn't see that.
And Mayor, I am just checking my email. Reverend Williams, I did not get your email.
So please, if you could,
have-
give her your email address, and we'll reach out.
I'm going to ask you to just write it down for me, if that's okay.
Do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Second, any other comments?
Doug Eaton, 55 Ann Street. I'm just here to bring up something that we brought up at the planning board. Some of you are aware of it. I guess anybody else on the committee that wasn't there is not. It's our well water in the Claremont community. We have concerns. We brought it up to the planning board again about there was a resolution in '94 when they told the golf course that the golf course and the health department together were supposed to test our drinking water. Obviously, and it hasn't happened. Our water hasn't been getting tested. They were supposed to put in 8 wells. It's in the planning board resolution. The resolution also says that they're supposed to annually test the wells. I've asked Dr. Bellney over time how that was going. Everything was well, though everything's good. Oh, it's good. I sent an email to Township Administrator Mr. Ferrer in 2019. I asked him to send me the results of the wells testing. He put me in touch with Sayek and Spano from the health department. I was told at that point that they couldn't find anything. There was nothing on record that there was about any testing. And then after a few months, they got back to me and said I was mistaken, that the wells weren't supposed to be monitored for quantity, for quality. They were supposed to be monitored for quantity. I was at the 94 meetings. I remember I had documentation. I actually have 19 homes that were tested on Claremont that adjoined the property back in 1994, and it's a baseline test. So when I sent it back, I said, you're mistaken, that Dr. Bellney's mistaken, that to look further into it, that there has to be something. Make a long story short, nobody's ever gotten back to me to tell me that I wasn't mistaken. First of all, I sent numerous emails to Mr. Ferreira, I copied others. We were with the planning board and the Royce Brook Toll Brothers going on development. We did an Oprah request. The Oprah request, I couldn't find out looking through email that the township was notifying Royce Brook Golf that they need to get their ducks in a row. I mean, I could read you, I only have 3 minutes. I have email from Mr. Bernstein to Royce Brook's attorney. I have an email from Mr. Bernstein to Mr. Miani, who's the Royce Brook vice president, telling him that he needs to do have testing done, get different things in line. I have to go here. Come to find out, I have a second email from Mr. Bernstein stating that you need to do this in a certain timeline. After that timeline, Royce Brook again arrogantly never did what they were told they were supposed to do. It actually says in Mr. Bernstein's email that if it's not done in this time frame, that it could affect future plans on the Royce Brook Golf Course, future development plans, which obviously it didn't because it was passed at the planning board. But my concern is my well water and our community's well water. 25 years have gone by. In those same Oprah requests, we found that out of the 25 years, probably 20 or more of those years, there were VOC violations in the sanitary sewer system at Royce Brook in the DEP testing. That really concerned me. I'm still not, nobody's getting back to me. Mr. Carr told me I was mistaken. He sent a letter to Mr. Ferreira, telling Mr. Ferreira, they probably took it off the resolution because that's just something that you usually don't do. Come to find out hours later, Mr. Maskey sent him an email saying, look at the resolution, page 6, section 8 and 9, where it's all written out. I also have the document from the health department saying how it was supposed to be, our wells were supposed to be tested. I'm here to ask, with all the irresponsibility that's gone on for 25 years, it's our health. This is our drinking water. My family, I raised them on that. And when I asked about our wells, I was told everything is fine. So I didn't have my wells tested. I thought they were being tested because they were supposed to be. And now, come to find out, 25 years has gone by. I don't know, fertilizers, they had benzene, VOC violations. I think I'm coming to the committee to ask, come to Hillsborough, come to Claremont community, anybody that wants their wells tested in those 19 homes that adjoin that property, we should have our wells tested. And it should be from the township. And it should be an extensive test of 117 constituents, not just a test of 10 different fertilizers like they did, the Toll Brothers people did. Also, we asked about the Toll Brothers just recently in October because of our concerns. They put a well in, and then it said that they tested that well. Well, we came and we sent multiple emails to Mr. Carr, Mr. Ferreira, and others. We need to know how deep that well was, because it means a lot. If they put that well 400 feet, our average wells in our community are 100 feet, 80, maybe 80, 50 to 80 to 100 feet, depending on where we are. So it does make a difference. And so I want my well water tested. I don't want to have my well because they came and told me that, oh, we did it already. Oh, we did it in 2021, but we waited 25 years for it.
Mr. You're past your time. Thank you for your comment.
I need a response.
There's been emails back and forth, so not like you have no response, but we've sent things to you, and you've been asked further questions after we've responded. Well, we're getting everything you need.
Am I going to have my wells tested?
That's not a decision that the township would make. If I think that that's something that you would take up with the developer, if you, I mean, you're asking us to test your wells, all due respect, but if I was you and I lived in that house, I would test the well myself. If I was really that concerned, right? Would you, I could test 117 wells, but it's still your house. It's still your.
My well, that water should have been tested for 25 years. The township and the health department put it in a resolution that it should be done by the health department in the township.
There wasn't to test your wells.
It was to test our wells. You want me to show it to you?
Mayor, can I just ask a quick question? You have a list of 19 different homes there, correct?
Yes, I do.
Has any of them sold since the Private Well Testing
I
Act
want
was?
to hear that.
No, no, sir,
Sir,
I just had a question. I'm not arguing with you. I'm asking. Well, can I just ask a question? That's all I'm asking right now. Do you know if any of them tested above any of the limits? And I'm not arguing with you with anything you have on your piece of paper. I'm just curious.
No, I don't, because I don't go and ask somebody when they sell
Okay,
a house, hey, how's your well, did your well work?
That was simply my question. I was curious if you knew if any of those homes tested above any of the legal limits.
Well, I don't know that.
Okay,
But
I was just curious. That was all.
it doesn't make it right. For 20, like, again.
I'm not arguing with you about that. I was at.
For all these years, the wells were supposed to be tested by the health department and by Royce Gulf. It wasn't me that dropped the ball. You know, I shouldn't be upset that I've been drinking water thinking that it's been tested for all these years. And now all of a sudden it's not. And it is, because in the resolution, it spells it right out. With all of this going on, has anybody actually opened it up to page 6, section 7 and 8, 9, 10? Did anybody look at it? Because it spells it out. And I don't care if it was 25 years ago or not, because the decision that they made when they did that in 1994, when they made that resolution, that was a responsibility of the township. Now, any decisions you make today with the Toll Brothers, you mean to tell me that you're not responsible for it 20 years down the road? Oh, it's somebody else's problem. I think we deserve more. We're not getting answers. I asked how deep the well is. Well, of course, they're not going to answer me because the environmental people that they use for Toll Brothers told us that they can't give us any information because they're not working for us. So we came to the township. Still nobody's got that.
That's not true. I mean, look, I understand your frustration, but please don't sit there and say no one has gotten back to you. There has been at least 15 emails going back and forth with information. It may not be everything you've asked for, but you can't honestly sit there and say no one's gotten back to you. That's simply not true.
With the questions that we need answered, and we spell them out.
So
We spelled them out.
And
How deep is the well? That's all I wanted to know. It's been weeks. I haven't gotten back.
Okay.
Nobody's gotten back to us.
my point is, there is information that we recognize you still ask for. We're working to put additional information together. It's not our well either. So that needs to be addressed. I'm not trying to argue with you, but we want to try to work to figure out a way to make this, to make this work. But you make it sound like you've been issuing emails for 10 months and no one's gotten back to you. There's been a significant amount of information that's gone back and forth, and there's still more that needs to happen, and we're working on that. And I understand that may not be good enough or may not be fast enough for you.
I understand my frustration here. I sent this email that started this whole thing off. I sent it to Mr. Ferrera back in October 2019. And I asked him, I said, I'm concerned about my drinking water, get back to me. I'll get back to you.
I can't fix what happened in 2019. But
all the emails back and forth, he's been copied on all of them. He's never sent me anything back saying, Doug, guess what? You weren't mistaken. This is
okay.
This should.
If you want somebody to say that that you were right, is that what you want, or do you want us to try to fix the problem?
I want something done.
Okay.
I want the responsible thing to do, and I shouldn't be the one here telling you, is to have come in and test our well water, since it should have been tested for over 25 years, and nobody's even. And when I brought it up at the planning board meeting, everybody looked at me cross-eyed like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" The mayor just said, "Done. I'd go get my own well water tested." Well, guess what? I looked into it. It's over.
Well, first of all, the planning board has no authorization or jurisdiction to authorize the township to do testing on your wells. So you can bring that up at the planning board, but they have no jurisdiction to do that. And
so I'm bringing it up here.
And I understand that.
Resolution. If you don't have it, I'll give you a copy of it.
We have the resolution. My point is, all I'm trying to say is, we understand there's information you're looking for. We've provided some of it back to you. We're working on others. We understand not everything you've asked for has been provided to your satisfaction, and we'll continue to work on that. But I don't want you to leave with this impression that, as if we've ignored the issue for as you've been submitting email, because that's simply not the case.
Well, I'm under the impression that you're not looking out for our well-being.
Oh, you can have that impression.
And that's frustrating because you should be. We're taxpayers, and we ask questions, and this is one of the biggest wrongs. Claremont gets kicked to the curb, and here we get kicked to the curb again. It's in black and white. Everybody knows it, and you just make it like nonchalant, like, oh, well, that was 25 years ago. We'll look into it and get back to you. Oh, if they didn't get back to you on this, we'll get back to you later. I don't want that. I'm here. That's why I'm here tonight.
Okay.
Do the right thing.
You're
come in, ask the people that would want their wells tested, come in and test our wells. It's our health, for Christ's sake. It's our freaking drinking water. I raised my family on it. I have my daughter-in-law. She's expecting. She's living with me. All of a sudden, I find out. Well, guess what? We've been drinking water that hasn't been tested. I don't know what's in that water. And the only reason they did that back in '94, because when we came to them with the concerns, it was a legitimate concern. They're building a golf course, and now it's an irresponsible golf course, in my opinion. If they have violations with putting chemicals in their sanitary sewer system, which there should be a single VOC in the sanitary sewer system, and everybody knows that. I just want you guys to do the right thing. I don't have a problem paying for my own well to get tested, but that's bull. That's bull. You should be coming to me saying, Doug, this was a blunder, and we're going to correct it. And we're going to have you guys, anybody in those 19 homes, you want your well water tested. Guess what? I'm still waiting for the letter, but I don't expect to get it because this is what I get. We're doing the best we can. We're aware of the problem and we're working on it. That's the oldest in the book. So, I am frustrated. I am very frustrated, and I'm angry because this property owner gets away with this all the time. And it's not only you, maybe you shouldn't be the one coming in to test my personal well. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's Roycebrook. They're the one that dropped the ball. But the health department was supposed to oversee it. I'm sorry if I went over.
Thank you, Doug.
Mayor, can I just, one additional comment? The reason I brought up the Private Well Testing Act is because there's a requirement in the act that anyone who fails a private well test has to send that information to DEP, and DEP is required by law to send that information to the local health department. So with all the OPA requests you've done, I can guarantee you would have seen at least one of those tests that come back from there. This wasn't, it's not a debate. I'm just telling you the process that DEP.
It depends on the time of the year, when they fertilize, when they do different things.
No, all right. I just wanted to explain what the Private Well Testing Act requires, is that there's a notification requirement that comes through the Private Well Testing Act. This has been in the law. I think it was passed in the law in like 97 or 96. So it was probably after this resolution was done. But there are metrics for there that if you have a well and it tests positive for violation of, I think it's up to 60 different things they test for. It's probably more than that now because they just added all these radiological numbers to it. They have to test for certain radiological things if you're in certain counties, et cetera. That's all in there. And that would ping, and then there's a whole process that has to go in there, whether you have to install a point of entry treatment system. There's a whole thing that happens. And I can assure you that that would have set off a lot of red flares. So I just wanted to go into the depths of what the Private Well Testing Act. I'd be happy to talk to you after the meeting too about this, but that's why I brought it up. That was it.
Our well water fails, Dr. Bellney or his predecessor was supposed to put money into a.
Doug, you can't talk from the back.
All right. I just wanted you to be.
To remediate.
Tom O'Donnell, 33 Ann Street, Claremont Community. So I've got bullets, so I'll keep my part to 3 minutes or less. I did that intentionally. But Frank, to comment, yes, you guys have given us information. But it seems like the critical pieces that we're looking for, we're not getting answers to. Okay. The planning board, that whole exercise, that whole, hey, it's a place for us to listen to the community, take your complaints and document it. That's super frustrating, super frustrating. And we were challenged by that planning board to go and do our homework, reach out to the DEP, reach out to our government, do our home, to come back with stuff. And we did. We thought we presented a good case to keep the analysis of the project open with the planning board. And it gets passed. I understand part of it is the legal requirement with the judge order, but to be brutally honest, and what's fueling Doug's frustration in mine, we're now engaged with DEP. We're now engaged with Somerset County, and to be honest, they're collaborating with us better than our own township. That's frustrating, and that's not opinion. That's fact. We can show you their responsiveness is DEP responsiveness is better than Hillsborough, and that's fueling our frustration. So I've got bullets here. I got 3 minutes. The biggest thing is stormwater. The environmental committee, we asked about stormwater and their findings. It was commented very casually in a planning board meeting that there was a letter that had been addressed. No one brought up any of the bullets during the planning board meeting. Through the OPRA, we've seen that letter. There's a lot of things. I mean, one of the things was a main topic of our concern. The culverts are undersized. We can't get the water through our neighborhood today. And you're gonna add 4 million gallons of water. And the environmental committee said that needs to be studied before you pass a judgment on this project. And nobody's told us that's been done, we've asked. So that's one piece, for example. The proclamation in '94, I went into a lot of detail on that. If we've got to do something and live with this project, we'd like to see a similar proclamation, and this time enforced, where it's forcing Roycebrook to do the proper testing in test wells, similarly to what was set up in '94. We have a document from one of our OPRAs. Yes, we've made a lot of OPRAs. And it's amazing what you see behind this, once the curtain is lifted and what you see behind the curtain.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
There was a big study done by your environmental committee back in '94. We have a big document going into the logic of why those wells were being put in place, and all the chemicals and the concerns and the golf course, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that is very, very detailed. They spent a lot of time putting logic behind that testing, and it's not been done for 25 years. So that's concerning. I have a problem with the DEP telling me that I should have been notified as a landowner within 200 feet of the project about the permit submitted to the DEP for the wetlands and the watershed. I've not seen those permit applications. I did see an LOI. I've seen that every time from Royce Brook. I think it comes from Royce Brook. I get certified letters, and I see the list of all the homes that's getting sent. Nobody in my neighborhood was sent a copy of the permits requested of the DEP. I don't know if you guys know it, but they were sent back as deficient. DEP basically rejected it. They are not done with their DEP wetlands process. They're also not done with the county planning board. Yet, we see that the MUA has started processing the paperwork for the sewer system. I ask, and I know you're not going to answer, is that normal procedure for the MUA to start plans for a sewer system that hasn't been approved and put through the books? Speaking of MUA, we're very upset with the rejection of a $1.3 million proposal by Royce Brook to tap into our system and contribute to our assessment. Thank you. They said that they didn't want, we were told that they didn't want to mess with the system. We've got engineering reports that say the system would be better with more flow and more matter put through it. Which brings up the subject of the engineer expert from Toll Brothers, who said you couldn't even tap into it because it was enforcement. One of many things that were falsely stated to the planning board. We listed it in a letter, all the things that we matter-of-factly, with documentation and proof that they said were in error. Yet the planning board still went forward with their decision to approve the project. Using 1999 stormwater counts, I know that's the legal requirement. It's not the right requirement. Let's see.
It's the right requirement because
If it's the legal requirement, it can only be the right one.
Requirement because of the timing, but we all know that the state is working on it.
Yeah, but that could change 10 years from now, 5 years from now. So
Fine.
that's.
I'm not going to argue that one. We've got people. I'll be off in a second. We have people in the neighborhood that would like to know how to engage with the ethics community. Because we've talked to an attorney, and we do have concerns about potential conflicts of interest because the planning board, in our opinion, was the only group in the township, the only governing body that could challenge the project. They weren't governed by the judge's order. And at the end of the day, I'm here also to go on record to say that if our neighborhood is impacted worse by storms smaller than Ida was, this project is the cause of it. Somebody needs to be held accountable. At the end of the day, who that is, I don't know, but somebody needs to be held accountable. And our community has homeowners that are, waiting for that day. That's it. That's all I have.
Thanks, sir. Any other comments? Okay. Seeing none, we'll now move on to public hearings. 2022-04, an ordinance authorizing acceptance of deed of dedication of 0.029 acres of land from Montgomery Road right-of-way, Hillsborough Township, Somerset County, New Jersey. This has been reviewed and found acceptable by the township attorney and is related to open space purchased by Somerset County. May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2022-04?
So moved, Mayor.
Second. Second. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any discussion with the dais? Any discussion from the floor? Roll call, please.
I need a motion to close and adopt.
Motion to close and adopt.
I'll make that motion to close and adopt.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britton?
Yes.
Committeeman Delfor? Committeeman
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante?
Yes. 2022-05, ordinance amending Chapter 143 Vehicles and Traffic, Article of 25, Hillsborough Township Municipal Properties of the Code of Township of Hillsborough, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, to add a new section 143-82, Electric Vehicle Supply Service Equipment. This ordinance is a requirement relative to the charging stations recently installed here at the complex. Stay tuned for more information when the charging stations will open to the public. I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2022-05.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Is there any discussion from the dais? Any discussion from the floor? Okay, may I have a motion to close and adopt public hearing?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaFont?
Yes. So we have consent agendas 1 through 12. We've already eliminated 9. We've already approved that. So we have a motion to approve 1 through 12, omitting number 9.
So moved.
Second.
Comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaFont?
Yes. Claims list 2022-06. May I have a motion to approve claims list 2022-06?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Comes from dais? Comes from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeeman Delport? Committeeman
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaFont?
Yes. That concludes our regular meeting. A motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second, Mayor.
Okay, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeeman Delport?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson?
Yes.
Mayor LaFont?
Yes, 8:38. We are adjourned. Thank you.